Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mount Carmel Area High School Red Tornado Football. The Mount Carmel Area Red Tornadoes against the Wyalusing Rams. District 4 semifinal championship game from the Silver Bowl in Mount Carmel. The first time, Warren, the Wyalusing Rams have come down to Mount Carmel to the Silver Bowl.
Absolutely, a first ever meeting between these two football teams. The Rams, of course, way from the northern tier in Pennsylvania. They had about a 2-hour and 20-minute ride to get here today as Big Red takes the field. One of the things that marks this is special, of course, the first district playoff game here at Mount Carmel since we went to that format. If we win tonight, of course, we would host a second game, would also be here at the Silver Bowl. Turning to Wyalusing, of course, a team coming in at 9-1, although they were the 4th seed because they just did not amass that many points, I guess, from playing who they did throughout the year. Their lone loss came to the District 4 number 2 seed at Montoursville about mid-season. They lost a close game to the Warriors. The Warriors at Montoursville? Yeah.
Yes.
The Warriors at Montoursville. One of the things to look for with them is, of course, the size. They are a very, very big football team size-wise. They're a physical football team. They will run the ball almost exclusively from what we understand. That's their bread and butter. They amass tons of yards on the ground, but they throw only as an emergency. They don't like to do it, and it's not something we expect to see a lot of unless they need to.
Well, the captains meet at the center of the field for the Red Tornadoes. Mike Boyer, who is not dressed tonight, he has a severely sprained ankle. Hopefully gets better for next week. 83, Eric Higgins. 22, Brett Veach. 27, Dave Evans. And 41, Joe Costello. And actually, the toss of the coin, from what we had seen happened in the corner of the stadium, and Mount Carmel should receive, I think this is just a show for out there at the center of the field. Talk about the referees a little bit tonight. Marty Maurer from Williamsport. Gail Fairfax from Williamsport, Jim Shrimp from Montoursville, Mark Clark from Williamsport, Kevin McNamara from Montoursville, Joe Keller from South Williamsport, and Ron Kennedy from Montoursville.
Fairly local group as far as that's concerned. They probably have worked together a lot as a team since they're so close to each other living-wise. So we expect to see a good game that way. Of course, this is a district playoff game where the district controls most of what's occurring here. District head is a guy named Buzz Carr.
He just walked in and said hello to him, right.
We've known him for years and years. He's up in the press box running the operation for us up here. So we expect to see everybody's fairly at full strength. Wyalusing's not reporting any major injuries, although I said we have Boyer out. And we saw Boyer last night at Supper Club. He did walk with the limp, but
right.
My thought here would be that if this was a state final game, Mike Boyer would be playing.
Right.
He's out now because they feel that they would need him more down the line. They want to save him, of course. The other guy to look at is your son. Of course, Bus Else came down with pleurisy towards the end of the week. There is some concern about how much playing time he'll have. He will play. He'll go as long as he thinks he can. Knowing him, he'll go the whole game. But it is something you want to watch. I mean, it's something that you have to be careful with. The other guy that came back, of course, was Lashinsky, and he is dressed tonight, guys. You will not see him play, I don't believe, but he got the okay and has dressed for the first time this year.
Ryan Johns with the kickoff to start the state playoffs. Taken by Veach on about the 15-yard line. Finds some running room around the left side, still on his feet to the 30. And
still going
at the 35 and out of bounds, down at the 36-yard line. Nice run back that time. Didn't get in the lane he wanted to get in, but still picked up an extra 15 yards.
A nice block by Malachowski also over there. He leveled the guy coming down. The Rams, again, take a look at the size as they line up. A very, very big football team as they come into the football game. We'll run down some of those numbers and sizes for you as we go through.
Kanaski at quarterback, the I formation with Costello and Veach in the backfield. To Veach off the right side. No running room, loses about 1 yard. Nice tackle made by number 79, which is Matt Fluck.
Defensively, they come out automatically and they jump in their 4-4. They told us that we'd see either a 4-4 or a 4-3 defense.
This is a team, you basically get the idea, not a real fancy group. I mean, they're going to come out, they're going to show you what they're going to do, and they're going to tell you, okay, this is what we do, now beat us if you can. If not, then that's just tough.
Tries Costello, about a gain of 1 or 2 yards. Good Good job that time by the linebacking core of the Wyalusing Rams to make the tackle. Initial hit made by 49 Justin Dunn.
Now, one of the things the Rams are doing defensively, and that's a function of their 4-3. You'll see that. You'll see this is they're going to let you pass a little bit. You know, they're geared more to stop the run, and they're going to let you pass, or at least they're going to tell you to see what happens. They're bunching the middle up. The linebackers are playing tight. Now, on a 3rd and long, you notice they've loosened a little bit.
We're going from the power backfield here. Fake the pitch, looks at Jamin across the middle. First down and more to the 40-yard line, to the 35. Tackled at the 34. Great play. Made it look like a power right and just went to the split back coming across the middle.
What they got there was a one-on-one with the height well over number 32. And number 32 did fall there as Jamin caught the pass.
Brooks Blemmy, first down, Red Tornadoes, the 34-yard line, 10:20 left in the first quarter. Power to the right side again for the Red Tornadoes. Going to give it to Veach, let him take it around the outside, cuts it back up the middle for a gain of about 5 yards.
Now, in every running play in that first series before he picked up the first down, the left linebacker, number 58, is mirroring wherever Brett goes. Brett went in motion just about every series there to the right, and he followed him right across the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're in their 4-4 again, and just Red Tornadoes face a 2nd down and 6 yards to go. Tries Evans out around the left side.
Nice.
Good stiff arm at the 26-yard line and out of bounds at about the 24, but he dropped a cornerback coming up.
I'll tell you what.
That's as good a stiff arm as you can say.
That kid hit him at the line of scrimmage, and you can see the kid's head going back.
He thought Mike Tyson hit him on that play. First down and 10 from the 19-yard line.
Oh, my goodness. You don't see a lot of that in high school football, I'll tell you. That was fantastic.
2 camera angles tonight, one from the field and one from up here in the press box with us. Kranaski. Fumble on the play
Wyalusing
and recovered by Wyalusing. Recovered by number 49, Justin Dunn. First down, Rams from about the 15-yard line, and one of the few fumbles we've seen this year.
A bad exchange on the handoff from the quarterback to the running back. He didn't get the ball. In fact, the ball bounced right off him and went straight forward. And went so far that the only guy that could have recovered it was a Ram.
Wyalusing comes out. Quarterback Jason Bundle sets his Rams. And quick offside by the tackle, number 73, Judd Remington. So 5 yards back, it'll be a first down and 15 for the Rams.
Now, the offensive set they line up in, you can expect to see for most of the football game. That's the bread and butter set. 2 backs in the backfield almost always. The slot back, at least in the passing part of the game, is fairly unused. They don't go to the slot back much. He's going to be more of a blocking back than he is anything over on the side there.
Tries it up the middle. Chickatano holds on to the running back after about a 6-yard gain. 24 the ball carrier, or 29. Is it 29? 29 the ball carrier, Ryan Johns.
Now, two good running backs. They've got some speed. They're pretty big kids, and they've run for a lot of yardage. So they're a team that, again, will continue to attack you on the line of scrimmage and running.
.8:45 left in the first quarter. No score. Red Tornadoes stopped on their first drive. One up the middle to Johns again. He did a nice job of bouncing off 2 tackles.
Fumble.
And then brought the ball up to about the 24-yard line. Finished off by Jamin from the defensive end position. But they've gained right there about 12 or 13 yards on their first 2 carries.
Straight, I'll tell you what, it's nothing fancy. It's just a straight dive play, one right off of between guard and tackle, and the other one guard and center.
Oh my goodness, from Joe Costello. Wow, he beat the back.
Oh, my
almost
goodness.
with the ball.
I think they're going to call him for offsides on that one, but I'll tell you what, beautiful play by Joe Costello.
26, Jeremy Jones took a shot.
Oh, what a hit. Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, what a hit.
We're going to have a dead ball foul, offsides against the Red Tornadoes. And Cassie's been doing that all year, and the first time he's been called offsides.
It wasn't on Cassie, I'll tell you that now.
Was it something else
yes,
happened?
it was somebody lined up, in the zone.
All right.
They were lined up there. It wasn't because Cass was moving up.
I was going to say, because it's the first time that's been called all year.
Oh, that brings up a first down, but that's a hit that back's going to remember.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Bundle sets the Rams in the I formation. Tries it on the veer play. That was a veer right there, and the tackle made by 29 Malachowski, but it was the veer, right?
Yeah. Well, this is it's a funny offense a little bit in that they line up in what looks like a pro, running offense, but they won't run it that way. The backs, if you notice, aren't as deep as they would be in a regular pro offense. They're close. They look more like Shikalima used to look. Real close to the line there, and a quick over. That's exactly what you're seeing from them tonight.
Second down, 4 yards to go. Pitch back. Going to try it around the outside to Johns. Not going anywhere. Finished off over there. Initial hit, Eric Higgins, number 83, helped out by Dave Evans and 64 Sinkovich.
I don't think, whatever they're going to do running-wise, I don't think they have the speed to come around the corners. That's where I think you're going to see a little bit of a difference. What they do have is the strength and the muscle in the middle on those quick, dive plays to make some movement and get some running. Now, the real pressure of this offense on the defense lies in the two linebackers and probably in Evans, who's roaming a little bit in the backfield, in the defensive backfield to make the play.
6:36 left in the first. Tries it up the middle, not going anywhere this time. Steve Sinkovich with the initial hit, and then just helped by the rest of the Tornadoes, 29 Dan Malachowski and 41 Costello in there. So 4th down and 6 yards to go. Punting situation for the Rams.
I mean, that's a little bit of an adjustment on Big Red there, trying to see exactly what they're doing. This is an offense we have not seen. I mean, it looks like a standard offense, but we probably haven't seen quite the way they run it. And you're going to need to adjust a little bit to the way they block it and the way that the running back attacks the hole.
And as the playoffs happen, that's how it comes. You see different teams face different offenses, different coaching schemes. Back for the punt. Mount Carmel sets up to return this one. Taken by Evans on the fly at about the 45-yard line. Takes it right up the sidelines to the 44-yard line of the Rams. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes.
About 10 yards from the original line of scrimmage. And I'll tell you what, that was an excellent play by Evans. It was a low-line drive kick, punt. The coverage wasn't down there yet on the right-hand side. They were more towards the middle of the field.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Bob, when you said, a team you haven't seen. First time ever playing them. You never look at films of them even playing anybody else you play. So it takes a little while to adjust to this group.
A delay handoff to Joe Costello off the left side for about a 5-yard gain. Nice run by the fullback. Good time that time off the left side of the Red Tornado line. Trivia question about green. We'll keep that a secret, huh?
We'll bring that a little bit later.
When's the last time an opponent against Mount Carmel area wore green?
We'll bring that up a little bit later. Either way, Wayne had nothing to do with this trivia question. Mr. Trivia himself lately.
5:13 left. Pitch back to Veach. Finds a gap.
Nice.
Still on his feet. And down to the 20-yard line. Nice run that time by the Red Tornadoes, running left again.
Well, one thing you saw as Brett went through the hole there was Wyalusing going for the ball rather than making the tackle. And there's one person, I would say probably that was about the first fumble all season long that Brett had on the last standoff. Now, I don't know whether they expect him to fumble again or not, but certainly you don't want to do that against Brett Veach.
Power backfield for the Red Tornadoes. Veach off the right side, behind Costello. To the 15, still on its feet, and again they went for the ball, and it gets them down to about the 14-yard line.
When you keep going for the ball, you'll be going for it in the end zone. You better tackle his legs and bring him down, or you're going to be in serious trouble throughout this football game. And if they didn't see that in any film they watched, they weren't watching them.
Second down, 4 yards to go. Look at the steam coming off those players tonight.
The fumble that occurred with Veach earlier had nothing to do with Veach. He wasn't hit. It didn't pop loose. He never got it to start off with. So that's a flawed way to go about it if that's what you're trying to do.
Evans in motion. Pitches back to Evans. Going to bring him around the left side. Looking for a gap to cut back in and gets it down to about the 12-yard line.
First down? Yep.
Oh, no, that's about the 7-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Yeah, you're well inside the 10-yard line now. First down. And now Big Red beginning to take a little bit of charge in the line of scrimmage. Starting to understand that the defensive scheme a little bit, where they're moving around. Again, they are big. I mean, look at that front.
Big center. The first
those three guys
center.
in the middle are the ones that'll give you the problems. They're a good-sized group there. Is that 69 for them? No.
65.
65. He's 275, that guy.
Tries it up the middle to Costello to about the 5-yard line, and everybody's jamming it up in the middle right now.
79 is 291, guys. Who's the other guy out there?
78.
78, and he comes in at
Ken Mapes is 294.
So you're looking at guys that are 291, 294, and 278 in the middle of that defensive line. They are the biggest group we've seen so far this year.
Second down, about 4 yards to go for the Red Tornadoes. Pitch back to Veach. He's just going to run to the corner, finds a hole to cut it back. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Good play that time. Give it to him up the middle. Think that's where you're going to go and bring it around the outside.
Well, you take a look there. You have about 5 blockers coming off that.
Look at this. Wyalusing is not used to our lineup here, and they did not cover. They still have not covered this.
Look at the referee.
The referee's the guy
that's not covered
this
yet.
Over.
They have not covered it yet, and now we go back and we're going to try the extra point. But that one was not covered very well, and that's something the coaches can keep in their hip pocket. Snaps back, it's down, the kick's up. And it's good. With 2:43 remaining in the first quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 7, the Wyalusing Rams nothing.
Yeah, not much razzle-dazzle Mount Carmel-wise. One big pass to Jamin, but mostly kind of ram the ball down your throat and stop us. And Wyalusing right now shows that they're unable to do that in the present defense they're playing, and they're going to need to adjust a little bit somewhere.
I think you're right. I think they're showing that they, we have a little bit of difficulty running up the center. Although up the center we are picking up our 3 and 4 yards.
5 yards, right.
And that's what you want. But it did show in that last series that even with our pulling guards, they're not filling the gaps or coming through where the guards are pulling out for our end runs. And I don't think it's the 3 boys that are in the front defensively, you're talking about almost 300 pounds there. I don't think they can keep up with our guards and our halfbacks.
Sinkovic kicking off. Taken by Johns on about the 19-yard line. Finds a little hole to the left side and brought down at about the 36-yard line. Brian Detry in on the tackle, helped out by Matt Montgomery, and 45, Ryan McGee. And Chris Cuff, 80, also in there. So how often you call Cuff, Ryan McGee, being in on that kickoff tackle. 2:36 left in the first quarter.
Here's something a little bit different, guys.
Yeah, this is
split far.
This is their version of the passing game.
And they try it up the middle. Costello in on the tackle. Johns gains about 4 or 5 yards.
Not a real sophisticated passing game. They can pass, and they have. And at one point in one game during the year, they passed 17 times. So they will throw the ball on occasion, and either when they feel they can or when they absolutely have to. But they're not an offense that's designed to throw. They're a lot like Cocalico of 2 years ago.
Right.
They're designed to run the ball at you.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Red Tornadoes. On the ball is number 30, Jamin. They were trying that veer again. They tried the quick up the middle to Johns, and then they had Jones coming through and missed the handoff.
Well, actually, I'll tell you what. It is not a true veer, because what a true veer does, what you do is you're faking a handoff all the way up
All
from
the
your
way up.
fullback right down the line, and you're following him, and then you're going to there's a pitch man that follows. What they're actually doing is they're faking a handoff off
fullback.
guard first, and then he's trying to hand off tackle to the second man coming through.
And it just happens.
It looks like a veer, though, because those two guys are so close to the
Right.
line of
Together,
scrimmage.
okay.
That's what gives it the veer look.
2 minutes left in the first quarter. Karnaski with Jamin split far right.
There he is.
Going to look at Malikoski over here and over his head at about the 40-yard line. Second down and 10 yards to go.
And, when you talk about the true veer, this is the type of team that Wyalusing, I'm saying, is the type of team that would run a veer because they have such a big line weight-wise. Because on the veer, what you want to do is you want to get the defensive 2 yards off the line of scrimmage initially because you want to pick up that 3-4 yards on the dive.
Power backfield for the Red Tornadoes. Tight formation. Now they shift. Puts Jamin out to the right side. Puts Evans in his slot position. Karnaski drops back. Going to be a screen pass to Evans. Good block by Else. And gets him broken down to about the 32-yard line. One guy had a shot at Dave Evans, and John Else made a great play on that.
75, Else sprung that play. There was a guy that actually
79.
read it.
That was 79.
He read it and figured he had it. And at the last second, Else turned quickly and just drove him right out of the way. And other than that, it would have failed. He was the key block that time in that screen pass.
They're going to measure for a first down here for the Red Tornadoes, but a nice play that time.
The bus shuffled some luggage in the rack on that one.
First down, Red Tornadoes at about the 33-yard line.
If you can ever give the center a first down, that would be the one you do it on.
That's it.
He earned that first down on that block.
Central Columbia over Montoursville, and that by the time you're watching this on Wednesday night, that doesn't really mean anything. But we because you'll already know the final score, but we just bring it to you as it's coming here. Karnaski out of the eye, straight drop back, looks on the fly in the corner of the end zone. Malikoski, touchdown, Red Tornadoes, and that's as pretty as it gets.
Yeah.
The blocking, the throw from Vic Karnaski, and the catch by Malikoski.
Unbelievable.
I'll tell you what, when you have somebody that can throw the ball 40 yards like that in the air and hit it like on a timing pass, and the receivers that we have, let's put it that way, you need the speed to get down there. Also on this other side, we had Evans that was wide open for the exact same play.
Yeah, they're not defending the pass quite as well as they need to right now.
Mike Sinkovich in to attempt the extra point. Snaps back and flags on the play.
I think we moved that time. I saw everybody point. I think one of us might have shifted there.
Mike got a practice shot in there anyway.
He's going to get another. I think he's going to get another one too. So yeah, just a little further back, he's going to get the practice again.
A legal procedure called against the Red Tornadoes. This would be a 25-yard extra point attempt. Snaps back, it's down, the kick's up.
He's got her.
And it's good.
I was wondering if he got it there. The two of them weren't too sure that time.
With 1:10 left in the first quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 14, the Rams nothing. And why is it always that the ref on the right side, where you think the ball is going over and he's the guy that should check and just throw his hands up, looks to the guy on the left side?
Yeah,
I can never figure that out.
I did never understand that either.
That's a Joe Thoroughway question.
Well, it was either that or it was fairly dead center.
Oh, and they look at each other.
Yeah,
right.
where we're standing, it looks like it's to one side or the other, but it actually isn't.
Kicking off for the Red Tornadoes, number 64, Mike Sinkovich.
Now, unfortunately for the Rams, you're in a big game. It's a district playoff game. The offense they run, if it's one thing it's not designed to do, it's not designed to come back much. It's more of a ball control kind of offense.
Johns takes the ball at about the 15, breaks it to the outside and run out of bounds by 29, Dan Malikoski.
Down 14-0 still in the first period. Wyalusing is going to have to loosen up a little bit, I believe, if they want to win the game. that's going to put them in passing situations. And again, it's probably not their strong point. So Mount Carmel area has got to feel pretty good being up 14 points. If you're down 14 points to them, then you don't feel that good because they're kind of a grind the ball out, keep whacking away at you up and down the field.
And eat up the clock, right.
Clock,
yep.
Yeah.
So you like to be ahead of a group like this, especially with the offense that they're going to bring at you.
Bundled tries it up the middle to Jones that time for about a 2-yard gain. Chicatano on the tackle with 41 Costello and 54 Evans.
Flag on the play. I'll tell you what, watching this team all season long, and no matter who we were playing, first set of downs offensively, the opponents would be moving the ball, and we adjust so well, no matter who we were playing. And here's the case here tonight. First series of downs, Wyalusing moves the ball, straight dives either off tackle or off guard. And now all of a sudden, they're either a loss, they can't move the ball around the ends, we've seen that already, and now we're stopping them up the center.
Big Red just picked up an unsportsmanlike
we
penalty.
picked up a verbal unsportsmanlike. That's what it came from. Somebody said something out there, and that'll do it.
It did it here. That's 15 yards worth of words there. So,
first down Rams from the 49-yard line.
I'll say one thing about them. They huddle up further away from the ball than anybody else I've ever seen. They're going to wear the center out the way he sprints down to the ball all the time.
Tries it up to Jones again. Goes nowhere. Jeff.
No, second man through. Yes,
okay.
it was.
That was a good fake that time. John's got the ball, tackled by Montgomery, but real good fake.
I'll tell you what, it actually, and he's not diving to the right of his center.
He did a nice job of pulling the ball back.
He's actually diving on an angle to the left of his center off guard.
Second down, 3 yards to go. The ball on the 44-yard line. We'll mark it on the 43. And that's the end of the first quarter. The score, Red Tornadoes 14, Wyalusing Rams nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, remind you that you are watching WKMC TV, broadcasting to you directly from the Mount Carmel Area High School campus over a microwave signal WLX 267. We are, of course, an instructional fixed television service, and you are catching us on a Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on Channel 13 in the Service Electric Cable System. And tonight's District AA playoff game between Mount Carmel area and Wyalusing has been made possible with funding from the following local businesses: Altamar Waste Disposal, Industrial Maintenance and Construction, and King Cole Tours. And also the following individuals have also provided funding for the telecasting of this game: Ed and Donna Malakowski, Bob Chicatano, and Lori Templin. We want to tell those individuals and businesses how much we appreciate their contributions to WKMC TV. Of course, the district playoff game is a game where we are charged an amount of money to telecast it. We are able to, with the help of these businesses and individuals, telecast not only tonight's game, but we have enough money to telecast next week's game.
Gonna try on look like a draw play. John's up the middle. That's Jones up the middle to about the 37-yard line. First down, Rams.
The Rams have mounted a nice offensive series here. They're helped with a 15-yard penalty in the beginning of it, but they're moving the ball now, and that, again, the size of them is going to enable them to pick up some yardage. Right. They are tough up front, and it's a very quick handoff. The back is in the hole instantly.
Rams unbalanced right. They have an unbalance to the right sideline. A quarterback was going to keep it that time, and he's tackled after about a half-yard gain.
I think one of the Mike Sinkovich was in hot pursuit, though. He saw that there were two fakes there, and the quarterback had the ball.
See, now that's
a first on balance line I think we've seen all year.
You better adjust to theirs, though. You see the way they do that. I'll tell you what, you don't have enough bodies out there.
Well, they moved the whole guard. They moved both guards were on the other side of the line on that play.
You've got to pay attention when they go on balance because they are definitely they have a numbers advantage on you.
They did it again.
11 minutes. 11. Yeah, see, there's only a tackle on this left side of the line. Now they're going to come to the short side. Shouldn't go anywhere and knocked out of bounds by Malakowski.
That was good coaching because, they go on balance. They show everything. You notice that we didn't adjust anywhere to the unbalance. Everybody stayed to the other side, and that's where they ran the ball. So apparently we've scouted that enough to know that's the way they'll go.
4th down, 9 yards to go. Should be a punting situation for the Rams, and it looks like they're bringing a punt team on.
At this point in the game, field position is probably where you need to be.
Right.
They're going to try and pin us back, and get us out of field position a little bit.
Dave Evans, the lone back for the Red Tornadoes.
I think if you're 4th and 5 or less, you go for it. But 4th and 9, I don't think it was a good play right here.
Fake it to Johns, and
nice
doesn't
play.
make it. Good
Costello.
tackle, 41, Joe Costello.
See what I mean? 4th and 5 and less, you go for it. 4th and 9, you punt it, guys.
That's right.
They weren't listening
You're
here
right.
on this one. That was not what you wanted to do there. Now you lose the field position advantage, and Big Red takes the ball over at the 34-yard line, which is fairly good field position.
A lot better than the 2, isn't it?
A nice gamble, but it just didn't pan out.
I'll tell you why. You saw our defense come up to the line there. They kind of expected something was going to happen. They weren't back in a blocking mode.
Karnaski, power right for the Red Tornadoes. Tries it to Veach off the left side, finds a hole, and gains about 7 yards to about the 42-yard line. Nice run by Brett Veach. Good blocking the left side of the Red Tornado line that time.
We invite you to stay with us at halftime. This evening we have the distinct pleasure of talking with some of our fine athletes in the cross-country team. Have just completed their season last week. We're going to talk with 2 of them, and I believe they're coaches. I didn't hear that last part of the coaching part, but I believe they're coming. And we'll see what cross-country did this year and how well they did. They had excellent seasons, both boys and girls, and we look forward to talking with those 2 people at halftime.
Costello for only about a 1-yard gain. That time blocked up by the big guys in the middle of the Ram line.
A little bit of a chess game going out there. You keep ramming that middle, which is their strength.
That's
Defensively, truly their strength. They make it tough for you to run the middle. But you keep running that middle, and then that gives you the ability at some point to pop it outside when they get used to you coming in. And that's where you pick up the yardage.
Red Tornadoes in the true power backfield. Now they'll put Stevenson Kovic in at fullback, along with, the slot back, along with Costello at fullback and Veach behind him. Going to go to Veach off the left side. First down at about the 47-yard line. And again behind the left side of Gary Dunn at left tackle and Ricky Harris at left guard.
Of course, you got Vogler in there, 72.
Yeah, Vogler's playing,
in Boyer's place.
right tackle tonight on the right side, and Joe Chicatano at right guard, 66, and Jonathan L, 75, the center.
Vogler, I have no doubt that Vogler will fill those shoes. We've seen him play all year long, and he is an excellent guy to have in there.
Tries Evans, going nowhere. Tackle made by 79, Matt Flock. That was 78 on the tackle. That was Ken Mapes in on the tackle.
I'll tell you what, they must eat good up there, whatever they're doing.
Their whole team on
Look
the
at
other
them.
side.
They are one large economy-sized group. I hope they're not stopping to eat anywhere. It's like about a $7,000 bill to feed this group in a restaurant anywhere.
They stopped on the way down in Bloomsburg, I was told. So.
Well, there's probably a famine in Bloomsburg right now.
Again, a very tight formation for the Red Tornadoes again. Power backfield. Gives it to Veach, left side. Nice running room, and first down, I would think. It depends where they spot the ball.
He's not going to get a
back.
first.
No.
He's not going to get a first down. He's going to be close, so a yard or so.
Oh, baby, we brought it back that time.
He was heading back to the line of scrimmage that time. That placement was tough, to say the least. That was a tough placement there.
Puts the ball on the 45-yard line. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Boy, they come 2 big guys right up tight in the middle of the line. Karnaski, back to pass.
No. Up.
And gets away. Now looks on the fly to Evans. Got him out there at the 9-yard line, incomplete.
Nice play that time. I think Evans just kind of misjudged how
where
far
the ball
he
was
going
right.
after he was being chased around like that. And unfortunately, when an
It would
arm
have been
like
a touchdown.
he has, you do have a hard time judging how far it's going. And he gave that one a ride.
He certainly did.
That was a good play to call on 3rd and 1. You still only have 1 yard and 4th down. Obviously, you're not going to punt. You're in Wyalusing territory at the 45-yard line. Now you just need to pick up 1 yard for the first down. And this would be interesting. What this team probably takes away is our secret weapon of the quarterback sneak with the size of him.
Yep, they go to Veach off the right side. First down and more at the 40-yard line. Good play, good blocking that time.
Excellent blocking. I'll tell you what, Brett was tripped up there. I don't know whether he tripped over one of our guys right going through the line of scrimmage. And if he would have had his balance, I think he would have picked up a lot more than just the 4 yards that he did.
And that says something for Vogler, who we just talked a little while ago. You put him in a district playoff game, he gets to start, and a big play on a 4th and 1, you go right at Vogler's side, and he clears the hole for you. So that says a lot for him. And like I said, we expect him to play as well as anybody on that line of scrimmage. He's seen all kinds of action already. He's certainly not a newcomer, and he'll fill the shoes quite well. But it's great to see him get a start like this in such a big game.
Split receivers right and left. They're going to hit Jamin on the right side at the 35 to the 29 and tackled at the 28-yard line. Good tackle that time by number 81, which was Jeremy Worrell.
They need to tighten that up, though.
Oh, yeah.
You can't play off him the way they are.
We could run that all night long. In fact, we could actually, from that play, you can run a slant off that very easily and hit Jamin. The way Jamin's been catching the ball in the last few games.
See, they're respecting that stop-and-go pattern where he'll stop and then run past him. He's not going to let him run past him, but he's giving him 10 yards every time he lets him catch the ball.
Look how they're piled up in the middle. Gives the inside handoff to Evans. You could see it. They were just waiting for that to happen. They had, and Costello now has the ball.
Number 30, Stoddard for the Rams. Great play that time. He saw the play, he read it, and made a fantastic defensive effort that time for the Rams. And he's the defensive captain and signal caller out there. But good, tough play, and he's lining up.
He's their monster man.
Yeah, I was going to say is what would be like a roving back a little bit. He moves around somewhat.
He filled the hole very quickly. He really
did.
did an excellent job.
They saw that play from the start.
5:30 left in the first half. 14-0 Red Tornadoes in the lead. Second down and about 11 yards to go, and flags on the play. And I don't think it can be a delay of game yet. Yeah, they are. Boy, that was a quick.
I don't think I see Wyalusing. Wyalusing has some people. Is that a band? Did they bring a band? Are they in uniform over there? Or
there's a pep band over there, maybe.
They don't have a uniform band, do they?
No, it doesn't look that way.
No. It's one heck of an operation, though, carting an entire group to. I mean, you think of District 4, you might as well be thinking of New York when you think of Wyalusing. Talk about a spread-out district.
Second down, 16 yards to go. Karnaski fakes to Veach.
Nice fake.
Over the middle, and Evans catches the ball at about the 21-yard line, and that'll be close. Well, about 3 yards short of a first down. Good catch by Evans that time. Great throw by Karnaski.
The real part of that play was the fake.
Yep.
Excellent fake. He froze everybody on the linebacker side in their footprints, and they just stopped dead to see where the ball was, and that's all you got to do. And Evans easily got behind him. And there's nobody in the defensive backfield that's going to cover anybody we have one-on-one once you break through the linebackers.
4:49 left in the first half. Third down, about 4 yards to go. Pitch back to Veach. Tries it out around the right side and going nowhere that time. Good tackle made by number 26, which is Jeremy Jones.
We actually lost 3 or 4 yards that time. That's going to bring up a big fourth down now, probably 4th and 5 or 6. It'll be a long, 6. 4th and 6 now for Big Red. Of course, they will go for it. The ball sitting on the 24-yard line of the Wyalusing Rams.
Shotgun formation for the Red Tornadoes, the first of the night. 4 minutes left in the first half. Snaps back. Good snap. Time for Karnaski to throw. Thought about running the ball and is downed after about a 1 yard gain, but this will be first down. Wyalusing. Good job that time by the Ram defense.
Yeah, their defense had, I guess it looked like we had 2 receivers out, and they were well covered. There were about 4 defenders down there, 2 on each receiver.
I think the killer, though, there is the delay of game penalty. You know, that's 5 yards.
Oh, definitely.
And that's the difference in the first down when you look at it. we were going down there in the bottom. That would have been the first down. So
A couple major penalties that have been called against the Red Tornadoes tonight that were deterrents in them making drives. Going to try it off the right side. Jones, the ball carrier, going nowhere. Covered by Dave Evans first. Joe Chicatano also in there. And then a couple guys finish him off as he makes it up about a yard gain. Jason Malakowski, number 60.
Actually, Evans looked like he was blitzing up from his corner position. He was sneaking up, and I think he was actually watching the man in motion. The man in motion actually slowed down. You knew he was going to be a blocker on the left-hand side.
Motion for the Rams. Runs against the motion to Jones and only picks up about a half a yard. And again, they just try to pound it up the middle.
And Evans again that time, right? I mean, you had a guy playing where Evans is playing, and he's hitting the guy in the backfield and tripping him. And the one thing about Evans is no matter what else you do with him, and there's not a whole lot you're going to do against him, but you're certainly not going to fool him. I mean, that's the thing you're not going to do with him. Is he's not going to be fooled, or you're not going to catch him off guard. I mean, that's just something that isn't going to happen with Evans.
Pitch back to Johns around the right side. Tripped up by 41, Joe Costello with the initial tackle.
And you see a play like that, and now Costello, he gets credit for the tackle. But what he should get credit for is forcing him to pitch the ball so far back. That pitch should have been straight across on an even keel, where he was pitching it actually a yard and a half behind him to try to avoid all the people that had penetrated, and that was the end of the play before it really got started. And that brings up what should be the first punting situation for the Rams. They had one punting situation before where they, of course, faked the punt, but I don't believe they're going to fake it here on a 4th and 8.
Ryan Johns in punt formation for the Rams. Snaps back, and Red Tornadoes put a rush on, and of course they'll call out when he just bumped into him a little. Evans takes the ball on about the 49-yard line, finds the wall.
Nice hit
by Matt Montgomery. And Evans carries it to the 20. It's going to be a touchdown, but it's going to be called back because of roughing the kicker.
Oh my God, did Montgomery, oh my goodness.
And that guy is still bent over at the 15-yard line now, number 48. He took a shot from Matt Montgomery. Boyanowski.
That'll, of course, come back, and it'll be a first down for the Rams. We roughed the kicker, but quite an exciting play either way when you watch it happening. But some great blocks, and Montgomery, did he level that guy coming around the corner.
I guess we'll see it on replay, but it was a bumping into the kicker, I imagine.
Well, the three of them got tangled together there, and they couldn't stop the motion. They went right into him. That was a full block. Around Carmel area, the Big Red had gone into a full punt block there. And it's funny, Wyalusing almost knew it because unless that's their standard formation, 3 guys were in the back for protection. Right. And they were shifting themselves around the whole time, like knowing that something was going to happen. So,
well, they went 3 guys on the fake punt, too.
But the thing is, they put 2 guys over on the left side. Usually, you put your 2 guys on the side of since he's a right-handed kicker, you put him over on the side.
On the right side, because that's where his leg is.
All right.
First down and 10 for the Rams from the 41-yard line. Back to pass, Bundle lets one fly. Good coverage by 22, Brett Veach. But it was out of bounds anyway. But
that's
again,
the way to cover, though.
Step for step all the way. Just work him out of bounds
and peel him to the out of bounds side. So there's nowhere he could go. He should have even caught the ball. He would have still couldn't maneuver. That time he used the sideline as an extra coverage man. And of course, unfortunately, people won't see until the end of this telecast. But one of the big things to hit the telecast, Wayne, of course, is Bob's haircut. people are abuzz over in the stands on this side.
1:23 left in the first half. Tries it off the right side, going nowhere to Johns. In on the tackle, Joe Chicatano, number 66. Timeout called. I didn't see who called it.
Wyalusing, I believe, is calling a timeout. No,
Red Tornadoes.
We are. Okay. I thought when they saw their coach waving over there.
He was probably waving because Bob has his hat off.
So
that haircut.
Little bit has happened up in the north. GAR 43 over Lower Moreland, 43-14. And Hanover has beaten Carbondale 32-10. So next week, Hanover will play GAR, Wilkes-Barre GAR, and we play, if we win this game, we go against Montoursville
Or
Central Columbia. They play each other, right. That one's over already.
Hanover is expected to be the winner up there, but GR, they say, is the up-and-coming team. They made a late-season spurt.
Well, they have Harold Jackson, and he's back, and we faced him last year in the Eastern Conference, and he was not able to do anything against the Red Tornadoes last year, but he is an outstanding running back.
Yeah, that's the same GR, if you'll remember, ladies and gentlemen, that we did play for the Eastern Conference championship and demolished them here on a Tuesday night, if you remember, because of the snow and everything else.
They try it to the second back through Malachowski. Jason with the big hit, number 60. Helped out by Chicatano, and now timeout call by the Red Tornadoes. Wyalusing faced with another fourth down situation.
And last year, preseason, GAR was picked to be the contender, one of the contenders for the east of Pennsylvania. They were touted as being one of the better teams.
They had a lot of injuries, and it kind of decimated them at the end of the season. And you see them, back with a lot of the same people. Now, Hanover area is the team that would surprise you. Remembering Hanover area from last year and the drubbing we gave them. They looked so poor last year, and yet here they are, the top seed in District 2. So, a year makes a big difference as far as teams are concerned.
1:05 left in the first half.
We take a moment of the timeout here to tell you, we'll give you the answer to that trivia question, folks. The last time Mount Carmel area faced a team that wore green as its color on the field was Forest Hills in a state championship game. That's the last time 2 years ago that we saw actually anybody wearing green in their uniform. You can all get off the edge of your seats now that you know the answer to that.
Johnson punt formation. The snap's back. High snap this time. Trying to kick it out of bounds. Bounces at about the 32-yard line and down at about the 29-yard line. First down, Red Tornadoes from the 29-yard line.
Well, Big Red has 55.1 seconds to do something here before the end of the half. They lead 14-0. They have fairly dominated the first half of play, although Wyalusing surprisingly playing good defense, tough defense. Not a whole lot offensively so far, but they are playing tough defense. I believe you'll see us airing the ball out a little bit here as we prepare for the end of the half.
Trips right, set up for the Red Tornadoes. Karnowski going to roll, hits Jamin at the 34 and 35 out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Nice play that time.
I'll tell you what, nice play by Jamin, because Jamin usually has a tendency, he catches the ball, he's rolling to the inside of the field, looking to pick up extra yardage, and you can see now the maturity. He catches the ball, and now he's rolling to get out of bounds and kill the clock.
Well, I think as you near the end of the half, I think now the way 81, and that's Worrell, the way he's playing Jamin, I think he's now ripe to nail.
Oh, yeah.
Stop and go him and take off down the field.
Shotgun formation, good snap. Lots of time for Karnowski. Now it breaks down a little bit. Looking downfield, had Evans coming back, and he throws it over his head at the 40-yard line. Probably a good thing.
Yes,
everybody covered that time.
Yep.
So now we can go again and get a third down play.
38 seconds remain. I can hear the guy.
Coach is yelling over there, right?
Watch the draw. I can hear him all the way over here with my headset on. He's got an excellent set of lungs over there.
Well,
on Wyalusing side.
We got Joe Costello there ready for the draw.
Trips left now.
Karnowski. There's the draw. They watched it, but it didn't go anywhere, and probably a holding call against the Red Tornadoes. Flags in the center of the line. Costello's helmet comes flying off in the pile up there.
Doesn't matter, though. He doesn't really need his helmet.
He's
only wearing a helmet because they make him.
Holding call against the Red Tornadoes, and this one will take them back.
A lot of penalties, I think, and I think that's going to be a focus probably at halftime is let's cut the penalties out, folks, and get playing football here. These penalties are what's stymieing us a little bit here in the first half. Again, it's nice to be up 14-0, but we don't look quite as smooth as we have towards the end of the season so far in this game anyway.
That one marches back to about the 27-yard line. Bring up a 3rd down and 12 yards to go, but that doesn't really mean much with 33 seconds left on the clock. Need 2 big plays here if you want to put one in the end zone before the end of the first half.
Well, the clock is running, so I think you're going to get 1 play, if anything. The clock's running down now to 20 seconds. So this will be the last play of the half the way, because we're not in any hurry here to do anything.
Going to run one out of the shotgun, snaps back. Karnowski sailing one out, and it's a long one. It goes to about the 22-yard line. He left that one rip. You know what was amazing? Both Mount Carmel area receivers had gotten past the defenders.
You just couldn't run underneath
it. They couldn't run underneath it, but had they run underneath it, it was a touchdown.
You're running as fast as you can, but you can't catch up with it.
What a throw.
My goodness.
That was from the 15, and the ball hit on about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, unbelievable that time.
Flags on the play, and we're going to have delay a game.
Have to be.
Dead ball foul. Illegal substitution against the Red Tornadoes. Against Wyalusing, and
I don't know what happened there. I mean, I have no clue what we're doing now.
They're not real sure either.
There's 8 seconds left here. I don't know what Wyalusing did to cause an illegal substitution, but now we all kinds of things happening out here now, and what we're really trying to do is just punt. That's what we're really aiming at.
There goes
here.
Jose running down the other side too. You know, everybody's running on and off the field.
Joe Costello, 41 in the punt for the Red Tornadoes. 8 seconds left on the clock. Snaps back, kicks away, high kick. Bounces and is touched at the 43-yard line by Malachowski. So that runs out the first half. The score, the Red Tornadoes 14, the Rams of Wyalusing nothing. We'll be back with some halftime stats and the cross-country people in 1 moment.
Okay, gang, welcome to our halftime. And, of course, this halftime, as we promised, we have some representatives from the 2 cross-country teams at Mount Carmel Area High School. We have on my right Denise Kieski representing the girls, and on my left we have Peter Dre representing the boys cross-country team. Both of them did very well team-wise, and these 2 individuals had outstanding seasons for cross-country. Let me go to Denise first. Denise, why don't you tell us who your parents are and where you live at?
My parents are Joanne and Dave Kieski. I live in Mount Carmel.
Okay, now, you've been to cross-country. Are you a senior now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been there 4 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Cross-country begins, it coincides with the football season in the fall a little bit. You begin pretty much when school starts, and you go, and last week, I believe, was the state finals.
Yeah.
So it pretty much coincides with the regular football season. It's a little bit different, I would think, though, in that cross-country is probably one of the loneliest sports you can possibly be engaged in, especially if you're really good at it, because that puts you out front where you don't see anybody. Is that how you look at it?
Yeah. You're all by yourself the whole race, so.
What do you think about? I mean, are you focusing on something yourself now, like on a personal thing? You focus on some thought as you're running, or you're just trying to run as fast as you can, look for landmarks? How do you decide like how fast you're going, or?
You just keep running.
Run as fast as you can. I had a friend who coaches over at Southern Columbia area, Kevin Jones, and I'm familiar with the state final in that I'd gone to 2 with him when he coached 2 girls, and you get to the state final and you go to was that Penn State this year? That's where it was when I went up to it.
Bucknell.
Bucknell. This is at Penn State on the golf course, and they have a line, and they must have 200 kids lined up, and all the coaches are talking to him. Kevin walks up and says to his girl, his advice was, run as far as you can, as fast as you can. And he walked away. And I guess that pretty much sums up what you do in cross country.
Yeah.
Now, what did you finish in cross country? You were at the state meet at Bucknell, and you came in what?
16.
Which was a medal,
Yeah.
right? Now, that's very good. Let me turn a second to Pete. You were on the boys cross country team. How many people were on cross country this year on the team?
I think 10 people.
10 people?
Yeah.
And you were the top finisher, I assume, most of the time, from what I've understood?
Yeah.
And how about you? When you're out there and you're out there ahead of everybody most of the time, what's it like? Do you think of something, or is...
Just having fun, I guess.
You actually could run that distance and have fun.
Yeah.
See, I would think right away, is it near the end? Am I over? Can I stop? I guess we think about it differently. I wasn't in cross country because I left footprints in the macadam all the time. It's one of the problems I had. So what kind of competition? Was it a tough year, you think, as far as individual competition against you?
Pretty much. Here and there was a couple people that were, competent, good computers. But
Do you see a competitor only once during the year?
no, several times usually.
Are these meets when you run against several teams or just one?
In the regular season, we'll do dual meets where it's just 2 teams, and then we get the leagues, and there's maybe 20 or so, and then in districts there's more.
So you're running against a large amount of people sometimes.
Yeah.
And when you get to a state final now and you're running in the finals, how many kids are you competing against there? Do you have an idea?
I think there was just a little more than 200 people.
Oh my goodness. Is that the same for you then? That many? 200 people, huh?
Yeah.
Are you a little bit intimidated when you face that kind of competition?
No, not really. We're used to running with a bunch of people.
Huh? Well, let me ask you this then. What cross country? I mean, I played football, and I can remember cross country just as running around the track. When you were finishing, you would come into the stadium. I don't know if you do that now. They used to finish here, but I always wondered, when you got so many people running and all, how do you gauge if you're ahead? I mean, you just know that no one passed you. You got out in front early. Is that how you guys do it? You want to be out front early, or do you wait a little while and have that kick at the end?
I just go out in the lead early.
You like to be out front in the beginning, so you don't. And how about you?
I usually stick back for a little while, just let the competition wear down, and just take over from there.
Little strategy on your part where she just figures she wipes them out early and gets done with it in a hurry. Maybe we should ask you about the girls cross country team as far as the coach. Who was the coach of the team this year?
Mrs. Farinado.
Okay, and boys?
Mrs. Farinado.
She does
also.
both of them. All right. That's a big job, of course. She doesn't have to coach a whole lot when you get out on the meet, though. That's the good thing. There's not a lot of coaching as you're on the route, I'm assuming. She doesn't see it till you get back usually. So, you a senior?
Sophomore.
Sophomore. Oh my goodness, you got 2 more years to go.
Yeah.
And so, what kind of training do you do this? When you're coming into the summer, and I'm sure that you're looking at the season. Is it just a lot of long distance stuff?
Yeah, all summer we run long distance, and then like when we get back to school, we start running more like hills and stuff to get ready for the races.
Okay, now here's the big question now, as far as like Mount Carmel area, when you run a home meet, right? Where is the course on a home meet? So people have some idea, where did you guys run it?
Well, this year we didn't have a home course because of the
That was a great question there, wasn't it?
because of the school being built. We didn't have one.
So you didn't run any times here?
No.
And where did you train around here, though?
Just out on the highways and in the bushes and stuff.
Because we used to go up like back at the industrial plant there where the cemeteries were, I believe. They used to be part of the route at one point.
Yeah, that used to be.
Is that where you're training at now?
Yeah.
And you expect that when the school is finished, they'll design a home course for us here? Is that what the thought is?
I don't know. I guess they would be.
Of course, you don't care. You're leaving. It's not going to bother you if there's a home course, but you might, on the other hand, wonder.
Yeah.
You don't know yet? I mean, it seems odd that you wouldn't have there's not some place around here you could map. How exactly long is a race?
The standard course is 3.1 miles, but they can be as low as 2.7 and anywhere in between.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what determines that? Just where the course is? I mean, it doesn't make a difference?
No, it doesn't make a difference whatsoever.
No, that's not bad. All things I didn't know here. My goodness. And what did you finish at the state meet? You were
38th place.
38th?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're talking 38th out of like a couple of hundred here. So that was very good on both your parts. And let me take a second here, and we'll head first for Denise. And on behalf of the Mount Carmel Supper Club, we wanted to present you with this jersey, which has your name on one side and, of course, cross-country logo, and the fact that you were a medalist. We're very proud that you spent 4 years in the program and you did so well, and it's glad to have you with us. And your shirt from the Supper Club. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let me grab Pete's here in my long reach, and we also have the same shirt here with Peter's name on it and cross-country logo on the side, which if I can hold it up and you can look at it better. And we, of course, appreciate Pete coming up. And the good thing about you is we have 2 more years of you, so we expect that you'll be winning a state meet one of these days.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Stop up anytime. You come up even if you're not here anymore. That's no problem. Keep us posted.
Okay.
That's it, gang. We'll wait for the stats any moment now.
Back to start the second half and some halftime stats from Jose
Yeah, thank you, Jose. You know,
via Warren.
And my assistant.
Via Wayne.
I'll let my assistant.
Okay,
do it
Wayne's
today.
giving him the night. Okay.
My junior stat assistant,
you're
Wayne.
still crying about last week.
Oh, yeah, knock yourself out.
Back off. Okay, in the rushing department, Mount Carmel, 21 for 83 yards. In the passing, 6 of 10 for 105. And we had 9 first downs. Veach was 11 for 54. Cassidy, 5 for 12. Evans, 4 for 17. In the receiving, we have Jamin, 3 for 48. Evans, 2 for 24. And Malakowski, 1 for 33. Wyalusing, rushing, 19 for 46 yards. And passing, 0 for 1, 4 first downs.
Is that
There
it?
you have it.
Now what's on the back of the page?
There is a wealth
Mr. Information now.
of information.
Oh my goodness.
And we will, just wait maybe till the end of the third quarter. And then I'll let you know a few little tidbits that Jose had shared with me. One of the tidbits there,
there it goes.
here we go.
You can't even hold them in now. We're going to go through them right away. Go ahead.
As soon as I catch my breath, I don't know how you do it running up and down here, boy.
He's in good shape.
He is younger than I am.
That
I
I pace myself though too.
Oh, do you?
Oh yeah.
One of the things, and the question that we had raised for the last 3 weeks, and this was with District 4 and the sub-regional and everything else, and Allentown Central Catholic coming in to play in our district in AAA anyway. We have here Shamokin playing Athens tonight, and the way the score looks right now at halftime, 21-6, they're going to win. And Allentown playing Milton, and definitely that will probably be a win there. And the way the ruling goes now, since they are coming out of District 11 and not being the number 1 in District 11, coming into our region, that Shamokin tonight, if they win and Allentown wins, will be District 4 champion. That's the way it works.
Oh.
So Allentown Central will be District 4 champion? Is that
Right.
what
It comes down to the 3 teams from District 4, which is Athens, Shamokin, and Milton. The team that goes the furthest in the playoffs will automatically become district champs. Now, since Milton will lose and Shamokin will be the winner, then Shamokin tonight will be District 4 AAA champ.
So Allentown Central
Is
cannot,
out of it.
Right,
Right.
they're out of it, but it's decided even though Shamokin could lose in that game.
Correct.
Okay. Sinkovic with the kickoff. Going to be taken on about the 15-yard line by Jones. Finds a little hole and finished off by Mike Sinkovic, but initial hit made by 83 Eric Higgins. First down and 10 for the Rams. See what kind of adjustments were made. Don't really need many major adjustments on defense here. Doing a good job. So
No, I think certainly we need to see what they did defensively a little bit, and because they have played good defense in the first half. They've held us pretty much offensively, and I know you'll probably see some changes there. Wyalusing, interestingly enough, now 73 started the first half out
Judd
by
Remington.
going offside. He did
did
the second
the
half
same
by going offside. So he's covered both halves by being the guy offside in the first play, offensive play for the Rams. Somewhat of a dubious honor, but one that he'll have as he goes home tonight, one way or the other.
first down, 15 yards to go for the Rams. Bundle runs the ball to the right side to Jones. Finds a nice hole for about a 9-yard gain. Tackled by Evans and Montgomery.
And Wyalusing again opens up looking pretty good on offense as far as running the ball.
But just that quick opener right there.
They picked up some nice yards, although interesting enough, you think they did in the first half, yet they come in with 46 yards rushing.
Right.
So,
which wasn't much,
yeah,
right.
They kind of fooled me a little bit. I thought they would have had more than that, at least compared to the way they looked on offense.
Second down, 5 yards to go. Tries Johns this time off the right side, and he's stopped. Initial hit made by Jason Malakowski. Third down, one or 2 yards to go.
A nice halftime guest, guys. We had Denise Kieski and Peter Dre. I forgot Peter Dre of course, his dad is Jeff Dre, dentist here in town, good friend of mine, and I didn't get a chance to. I had asked Denise and forgot to ask him, but of course, Peter belongs to Jeff here. Get that out and make sure we'd say that.
Oh, big hit Evans that time.
Oh, my goodness.
Dave Evans with the initial hit, but then Mike Sinkovich, Steve Sinkovich, Joe Costello.
Ooh. And they're not going to pick up the first down. That's going to bring
and
up
Sean Jamin getting up off the bottom.
Bring up a 4th and 2. And a punting situation for the Rams, I'm sure.
Tell you what, Evans is playing an excellent corner position tonight.
Again,
up,
you know,
he's just seems to be he's starting to anticipate like Joey Costello does, you know, and Joe anticipates where the ball's going to go, and when he's blitzing, he goes through that way. And Evans, he's just doing the exact same thing.
I firmly believe that Dave Evans is an all-state candidate. I truly believe that, and I think he should deserve a lot of recognition as far as all-state goes.
Oh, line drive punt this time, bounces short at about the 34-yard line and is down on about the 30-yard line.
Nice headstand by number 25 from Wyalusing, right in the middle of the field.
Jamin had a little bit of
to do with that.
I don't know if it was there's Jamin walking. Was
Jamin the other hit?
Yeah.
No, that was the other. There were two.
Malakowski with the first.
Yeah.
It was a little dangerous getting close to the ball down there for Wyalusing that time. Yeah, usually you kind of just wait around. This time everybody got whacked.
Yeah, it's tough doing that with full gear on, you know, standing on right at the top of your helmet like that.
First down, Red Tornadoes from the 30-yard line. 9:52 left in the third quarter. Going to try to Veach off the right side and doesn't go anywhere. Gains about maybe 2 yards.
And Wyalusing extremely tough in the middle, playing extremely tough defense up the middle. They're grudgingly giving you 2-3 yards, but that's it. And any kind of big gain has gone off tackle or around the end so far for Big Red.
Well, those 4 linebackers are just back there, just waiting to fill gaps, and that's exactly what they do.
And do a very good
job. As they see the holes open, the linebackers come right up.
See, especially the 2 guys in the middle. See this? They're big and they're mobile. Those 2 middle guys.
Flags on the play. This is a delay to Veach, and that's going to be a penalty against the Red Tornadoes.
Now, we look a little sloppy tonight, that's for sure, penalty-wise.
A motion call against the Red Tornadoes.
Coaching staff cannot be real happy with all the penalties so far in this game, I'm sure of it.
And that's unusual because, you know, when you go back and look over the whole season, there are very, very few penalties that were called. You know, some offside, some lining up, but not like it has been tonight.
Second down, 14 yards to go for the Big Red. Tight formation again for the Red Tornadoes. Fake to Costello now. Vic's going to run with it. Looking at Higgins breaking down the field and overthrows him at about the 29-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Vic makes it exciting, doesn't he? I mean, it's just amazing. It's hard to believe that he can throw the way he does on the run, off balance, not planting his foot.
Well, you don't see that in high school very
much.
No, you don't. I'll say that for you.
Fourth down, punting situation, and I guess if you want to get some bugs out, it's a good game to get some bugs out right here. Costello back to punt, snaps back. Kicks away, big sailing punt by Costello, bounces on the 26-yard line, down to the 19, and goes out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Hello, number 29.
Nice hit by Malakowski that time.
Did you see him fly
these
through
guys
the air?
These guys have got to get a little bit more aware of themselves when the ball's on the ground.
They better get aware of what football's about down in this area. Co-region football is certainly much different.
They're relaxing a little bit before the ball is dead. It's not blown dead. It's live. You can get nailed. And now Big Red's defense seems to have taken the field with an attitude
right?
now.
8:32 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, they've got an attitude going alongside of them now. So
Bundle tries the pitch back to Johns. Big rush by Higgins.
Yep.
Also in there, 64, Sinkovic.
Somebody getting up off the bottom. 66,
Oh,
Joe
Chicatano.
Joe
Chicatano.
Chicatano.
Chick playing a solid football game again for Big Red.
Gain of about a half yard. Second down, 9 yards to go.
And now you're seeing the defense turn a little ugly here.
Now you see Wyalusing's offense come out in the first series. They're tight slot, short slot. Now they're spreading people out again. They're throwing a wing out to the right.
Bundle tries on the delay, doesn't go anywhere. Mike Sinkovic, or is that Evans? No, that was Mike Sinkovic, 64.
Yeah. Mike was in there. And all of a sudden, Big Red has now kind of dug their feet in and said, enough's enough. I don't know what got them riled up, but they're definitely somebody that you don't want to fool with right now.
I'll tell you what, you take one play like that, and that one play was Malakowski hitting that kid, and you got the crowd going, and now all of a sudden you got your defense coming in off the sidelines and hearing the crowd roar, and it just pumps them up.
I mean, Wyalusing now has lost a yard on this series of downs. Big Red is intent on making them punt from near their own goal line.
Third down, 11 yards to go. A shift by the Red Tornadoes. They shifted to the correct side. Bundle just going to throw it up.
Montgomery.
Intercepted by 21, Matt Montgomery at the 44-yard line. Great job by Montgomery to hold on to that one as he jumped very high to take that ball. Good interception by Montgomery.
That's defense at its best that time by Montgomery. You don't see it any better than you saw it there. He's having a whale of a football game too out there. These are the games. Everybody stands out now. This is where you stand up and you make the play. This is where it's all about here. You want to play a game in Altoona 4 weeks down the line. This is what you got to do.
You make your statement now.
First down, Red Tornadoes from the power formation. Flags on the play.
This time I'm not sure who this one goes against.
It's against us. Someone in the line picked up.
It's a dead ball foul, a legal procedure against the Red Tornadoes. 15-yard penalty, or 5-yard penalty, makes it 1st and 15 is what I wanted to say.
We haven't looked this bad all year offensively, though. We really haven't. And I mean not so much in execution as far as the actual play goes, but as far as execution as poise, this is not our highlight film here. Again, full house backfield.
Kanaski to Veach. Going to try taking it outside. A big rush that time by it looked like the defensive end, number 26, or no, it's that outside.
Right. The outside
guys, right.
The outside linebacker, and he started the beginning of the game that way. He was mirroring wherever Veach went on either side of the ball in motion. He was moving in that direction along with him.
Well, my guess here is that we need to open them up a little bit. You need to spread them.
Yeah.
They're too packed in there. There's no lanes. You need to spread. They don't have the speed. I mean, a team that doesn't have the speed, their best bet's to spread them out and run at them because you're going to get an angle on them.
Got the full house backfield again, second down and long. Now they shift. Trips left for the Red Tornadoes, leaves Costello in the backfield. And they were not covered out there. They had only 2 guys out there. Now Kanaski looks long on the fly pattern. Intercepted on about the 6-yard line. 29, Johns on the interception, and again, the long pass by the Red Tornadoes.
I'll tell you what, the interior of our line is just doing an excellent job with Harris there, and Jonathan Elson, and Chicatano dead center, and then we got Vogler on the right-hand side playing tackle again for the first time. And over on the left tackle, we have Dunning, and just giving Vic a large amount of time to do whatever he wants to do back there.
First down and 10 for the Rams, 14-0. Red Tornadoes in the lead, 5:58 left in the third quarter. Costello with the blitz. Hands off to Jones, and he doesn't go very far. Jamin in on the tackle, helped out by 60, Malakowski, and down on the bottom of the pile, 30, Jamin.
Now again, there was a different look, and the only thing that I can think of looking at the quarterback the way he passes anyways, by sticking the slot man. It wasn't even a slot. They had a wide receiver to the left, and they had him stacked. The slot man stacked right behind him. The only thing you're doing there is taking 2 defenders out here and taking them out of the play.
Second down, 8 yards to go for the Rams. Very tight up with the backs. Tries it to Jones that time. Costello with the initial hit and goes nowhere. This will be a third down and about 10 yards to go.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bob, I don't know what was said to our defense coming in after the half, but I'll tell you they are playing some outstanding football right now.
Let me take a second here to tell everybody, of course, we got Mr. Novotny on camera up here. We had Andrea Wine down below us there. We have Mr. Devine now on camera on the field level down there. And, of course, the other Joe Mazer, my main man, is up here in the booth with us. And we got Gary up here. Gary Tresker also on camera.
Intercepted by Beach, and he runs it out of bounds at about the 1 yard line.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is why they're not a passing team. Ooh. That was an ill-advised pass at best.
Yeah.
In their own end, that was not what you want to do.
On the white side of the field, yeah. That's what, you're throwing to the white side of the field, giving, with the interception like that, you're saying, here, take the ball in.
We also had John Beluda somewhere floating around me here, one of the new members of the cast here. I mentioned their names, ladies and gentlemen, because without them, you would not be watching this. They are the nuts and bolts of this whole operation, those young men and women who give their time and effort to make this game possible.
1 yard to go, quarterback sneak.
And this will be tough. The way this crew is spotting the ball, you never know.
Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Karnowski behind Elson. Boy, it did take him a long time to call that one, didn't it?
And it was the line judge that made that call. He waited until he saw where the ball was at.
Serious offensive mistake by the Rams. Serious mistake by the Rams that time. I think you don't want to do that. Now they're going through this little. They still not.
Well, actually, the referee didn't give him any chance because he just held the ball there for the whole time. Chicatano in the snap. Snaps back. Montgomery with the hold. Sinkovic,
nice.
Michael with the kick. And it's good.
That was a 30-yard field goal.
He's doing a good job now. He's getting all his leg into it.
With 4:19 left in the third quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 21, the Rams from Wyalusing nothing.
Now the crowd is up and rolling right now on the Mount Carmel area side. Of course, Wyalusing quiet and a sparse crowd, and when you consider the distance that this team had to come, I can understand the sparseness of the crowd.
However, Towanda is farther away.
Oh, I know. I was told that Wyalusing was somewhat longer.
Yeah, but I think Towanda was farther. I don't know. But okay,
I've never been to Wyalusing.
The bottom line is we took a heck of a crowd up to Towanda when we played up there that 1 year, and good. That shows good fan support from the Red Tornado fans here.
Well, you notice Big Red for this state run now. One of the big things is wearing red and white. They want everybody in the games to come to be in a sea of red and white. That's why they're selling the red and white hats. There are scarves and all. I know at Academy Sports Center you can get red scarves, all kinds of jerseys and coats and stuff.
The Rams try a reverse, get the ball to number 25. Good tackle made by Eric Higgins. Gets the ball to number 25, which is Greg Shotwell, and he has the ball. He took the ball away from that back before they went down.
And then you know what? That Higgins has a good argument there. He never touched the ground.
No, he had the ball before
Higgins
he went down.
Higgins was laying on the ground when the kid came down on top of him, and Higgins stole the ball.
Definitely Eric Higgins took the ball away there, right.
But if you can wear red and white somewhere, and mostly red that stands out in the stands for the next game, folks, pick up one of those hats if you can. Stop in the stores uptown. Everybody's got red and white stuff, and try to get the colors out.
Try Johns off the left side. Doesn't go anywhere. Gain of maybe about 2 yards.
Initial hit there was Chicatano, 66, coming up and filling the hole.
But then helped out by both Evanses, Jeff and Dave Evans in there along with Malikoski. Second down and 8 yards to go. 3:46 left in the clock. I didn't know if my eyes were deceiving me. I just looked at the clock and it got darker.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Well, there's 2 sets of lights on it.
Well, then they just forgot to turn them up.
There are?
Second down, 10. Bundle's going to pass. Oh, my goodness. Sean Jamin.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, hello.
Oh, Bundle got bundled that time. Ooh, that was a bad hit. Oh. Oh, that's the one you wake up at night thinking about that one.
Oh.
Nice job from his defensive left end position.
The J-Man. What's with the 2 sets of lights now again?
The 2 sets of lights. One is for day games, a little bit brighter, and the darker, the dimmer lights are for night games.
Then we have the night game lights on.
Oh, my goodness.
Third down, 12 yards to go. The ball's on the 26-yard line. Bundle tripped with the ball, and then he takes a shot from Higgins. So 4th down and 13 for the Rams.
Oh, that kid needs to go out and sit down a second.
Well, he figured Jamin hit him the last time from the other end. What the heck? Higgins might hit him this time.
You got a nice sandwich.
Standing ovation for the Red Tornado defense.
They do come in pairs,
Oh, yeah.
Higgins and Jamin.
Well, the defense has certainly picked the pace up of the football game here in the second half. They are absolutely vicious out there right now. Now, Wyalusing offensively has ceased to do anything on offense since the second half began.
Justin Dunn in punt formation. Kicks away, end over end, taken by Evans on the 49, cuts it back up to the middle of the field. Found a little running room to about the 45, and it'll be 1st down and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Again, the thing about him is the fearlessness of the return. I mean, he's catching the punt right in front of people and then taking off.
Evans and Jamin split far left for the Red Tornadoes. I formation with Costello and Veach in the backfield.
See, this is what I believe you need to open them up a little bit.
Gonna go it to Veach, and gets good yardage on his own for about 3 or 4 yards.
They are tough in the middle. That's the real toughness of this defense. They don't give much up in the middle of the field there. And again, we went through the sizes: 278, 291, and 294. Just moving them around is
all night long
a job. Just getting them out of the way.
And then the linebackers fill in the holes. That's what we've talked to. When you do move them once, you have the linebacker coming right up in doing a good job. 2nd down, about 8 yards to go. Nice fake up the middle. Looks over the middle to Higgins.
Nice.
And he gets the ball on the 29-yard line. First down, Red Tornadoes from the 29.
That's the play that was being begged to run. Yeah. You got the line. The linebackers are lining up. You freeze them. That's the second time I saw that. We did it only tonight. We froze them in their tracks. And as soon as you do that on a play-action fake, you pop a short pass and boom. You go. I mean, they're open every time because you got the 2 corners playing so far off. And so far in this game, they have made no attempt to tighten it up. So that's, I assume, the way they're going to play. It leaves those little short passes wide
Now you look
open.
at Evans and his cornerback. Same thing, 10 yards between them right now. Karnaski sets the Red Tornadoes on 1st down. To Veach off the left side. Nice hole that time. Good block by Chicatano and Dunn over there. Chicatano, the pulling guard, and they get it down to about the 21-yard line.
There's a good play if you like to watch some line plays, to watch Chicatano pulling to hit the tackle or the end, whoever is left standing over there.
Right.
Well, they moved it back to the 24-yard line, so 2nd down, 5 yards to go. 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Blitz.
Up the middle to Costello, and one guy gets him, number 30, in on the tackle, Jake Stoddard. And Stoddard, the big defensive back for the Wyalusing Rams.
Stoddard basically is given a lot of freedom here. He's calling the signals, but he's a guy that gets to move to the ball without a whole lot of other responsibility. He's played a whale of a football game so far. But again, you start loosening them up a little bit, and you're seeing as soon as you begin that how easier it is to run a little bit. When you're packed in tight like that, they're as tough as any defense you're going to face. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is WKMC TV. We are broadcasting you directly from the campus at Mount Carmel Area High School and its fabulous studio facilities there over a microwave signal WLX267. We are an instructional fixed television service. You are catching us at 8 p.m. Wednesday nights, channel 13, courtesy of the Service Electric Cable System. And again, tonight's District AA playoff game between Mount Carmel Area and Wyalusing has been made possible with funding from the following local businesses: Altamar Waste Disposal, Industrial Maintenance and Construction, and King Cole Tours, and of course through the generosity of the following individuals they provided funding for the telecast: Ed and Donna Malakowski, Bob Shikatano, and Lori Templin.
3rd down and 3 yards to go. Karnaski gives it to Veach off the left side, tries spinning around and goes nowhere. Tackle made by number 24 coming up, Justin Jones. 4th down for the Red Tornadoes and about 3 yards to go.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, I remind you that those individuals and businesses donated money and able for us to pay the district for the privilege of broadcasting this game and the following game to you. Also, a heavy rain has begun to fall.
Yeah, right here at the Silver Bowl. Unbelievable. Karnaski out of the full house backfield, fakes to Veach. Looks at Higgins over the middle. And Karnaski going to run with it now. And off the hands of Evans at about the 15-yard line. 1st down, but Eric Higgins breaking down across the middle. And I think Higgins hurt himself down in the end zone.
And I don't know whether he slipped down there.
Something happened to him. The ref is talking with him. He's up and walking. I don't know what he might have pulled something or. 1st down, the Rams. They take the ball over. Again, we're gonna go out and look at him.
Chris Cuff is coming in.
Doing there?
Chris Cuff coming in for him right now.
The rain heavy now here at the stadium. It was not expected to rain this evening after the torrential rains that we got over the weekend so far. Higgins looks to be okay.
Looks like something in his stomach or something.
He pulled a muscle or whatever he did there. Again, of course, the 4 captains, guests of ours at Supper Club last night. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not at Supper Club during these playoffs, you're truly going to miss everything. We had 53 people at Supper Club last night. We talked about all kinds of different things with the upcoming playoffs and the teams we were facing as we went. And truly, you are truly missing a good time if you're not at Supper Club. And again, you're invited every Thursday night at 6:30 in the back room at Matucci's.
Pitch back to Johns. He's going to try taking it around the outside, and he takes it for about a 9-yard gain, and we're going to have a face mask call against the Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, you could see that. You could see that from up here.
It continues to rain heavy. This is really catching the crowd off guard a little bit as the rain comes down.
Well, had they not called for it, nobody was really dressed for rain.
Nobody's got a raincoat on there. You could imagine it couldn't rain any more than it did already in the past 2 days, talking about rain. But and that brings up a point that the field is in remarkably good condition, considering all the rain that we had gotten over the last day or so. There was real concern that the field would be a mess, and it isn't. It drained extremely well. It is a little slick, but when you consider the kind of rain that hit us, it could have been 10 times worse. So I don't think we have much to complain about field-wise. Although this rain now is certainly going to put a damper on anything that was going to occur for the rest of the game.
1st down and 10 from the 49-yard line. Jones goes in motion, stopped by Sinkovich with the initial hit.
Oh, look. Danny. You see Danny coming in.
And then Dan Malakowski in to finish him off. And somebody's down on the bottom of the pile there did a good job, too. Jeff Evans.
Was it Jeff?
Yeah, he was down in the bottom at his legs. That's how it blocked up like that.
I think, if anything, with this rain, I thought they were calling for a little bit of snow flurries, with the temperature dropping.
It's not quite as cold as they had originally said. I saw the weather today, and they said that tomorrow would probably be the much colder of the day now, the way it looked.
2nd down and 10. 10:30 left in the ballgame. Good tackle by Costello.
Castman.
Johns tried to go. That was Jones up the middle and goes nowhere.
You watch. It's just great to see him anticipate where the run is going. He's picking the gap, going through. He wants to stay on his side of the field, but the ball is going to their left, which would be Joe's right, and reaching his hand out, he still makes the tackle.
3rd down, 10 yards to go. Motion for the Rams, tries it to Jones this time off the left side. Malakowski, Jason with the initial hit, along with Mike Sinkovich, 64. 4th down and 7 yards to go. 9:34 left in the ball game.
And Wyalusing doing very little offensively now. Very, very little. Again, we talked about the passing game from them. We told you that it was more of an emergency type game than it would be a regular part of their offense. They're showing it tonight. They're down 21 points. You got 9 minutes left in the 4th period, and they're not throwing the ball all that much. So you're not going to see them air the ball out. Now with this pummeling rain occurring, you're not going to see hardly at all.
Snaps back. Punts away, a line driver taken by Evans on about the 21-yard line. Now he's coming around the outside.
Here he goes.
Good blocking so
One
far.
more.
And they got him, and he jumps him, and he's still at the 42, still on his feet.
Excellent run.
Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Great run back by Dave Evans. Good blocking, but he did some things there.
You see the stiff arm again.
The jump over this last block was unbelievable.
Davey.
Unbelievable.
That was fantastic.
It's a clinic right now.
That was as
Evans.
pretty as they come on run backs.
Oh, my God. That's 2 of the best stiff arms.
He had two run backs tonight, too. One called back. He wanted this one because he had one called back tonight also.
Look.
No, they never line up. It is there all the time.
Unbelievable.
See, the problem with it is the ref doesn't allow you to run it.
Throw the ball.
He won't stand away from the ball.
No. I've never seen that before in all the games this year. Snaps back, it's down, the kick's up, and it's good. With 8:43 left in the ball game, the score, the Red Tornadoes 28, the Rams nothing. And we have not seen that. You're right. We have not seen a ref stand over the ball and not let the center snap it over.
He takes that play away, and I mean, truth with you, I would complain. I'd be griping about that a little bit if I was Mount Carmel area. Once he sets the ball down in play, he should step away from it and it's in play. He's taking too long to do that on the extra point attempt. But be that as it may, get back to Evans. I mean, absolutely a fabulous football game from Davey Evans tonight. I mean,
both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, on both sides of the ball.
Unbelievable.
The intensity that he's playing football with is, the absolute truth of you folks, scary. He's scary with the kind of intensity.
The jump was awesome, though. The block was made. The block was made, and then he waited, and he went over the blocker and the blockee.
Yeah, he went over both of them, but the outstanding thing, he did wait for it, and then 5 yards down, he knew he had to throw the stiff arm to break himself away.
Oh, one of the best stiff arms.
Two of them.
Two of them.
Boy, there you can really see the rain on your screen right now. It is coming down.
Yeah, it is pouring right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Sinkovic with the kick.
That's going to go out of bounds.
And out of bounds, Jones watches it go out. The Rams have the choice of taking it at the spot it went out of bounds, at the 35, or kick over.
That is correct.
What are they going to do? There, he gave me the options, now give me the real hard one. What do you figure they're going
35-yard line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wondering there, guys. Well, this game certainly took a different turn when it started raining now, didn't it, folks? I mean, it's not only raining, it's blindingly raining right now.
Hey, one tidbit that we got from Jose. In this game here, this is the 50th consecutive game that Joe Costello has played as a starter. Tied him with Mike Higgins.
All right. Well, there's never going to be enough words to talk about Joe Costello. There really isn't. He's just somebody you watch and enjoy because you may not ever see the likes of him again.
Fumble on the play. And flags on the play.
And you know, the amazing part about that, and you talk about how intense of a player he is. If you go back to last season, in one of the games, I guess around the 4th game of the season or so, when he had that drastic hit on his thigh, and he had played injured for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, that was amazing, and he was really injured.
Yeah, it's a privilege to see some of those kids. He's one of them. You know, he's an all-state linebacker. You get to watch him, and we watched him for 4 years. You're seeing the culmination of his career, and certainly he wants his career to end in Altoona. He's been there. He's tasted it. He knows it. He was a sophomore. You didn't talk a lot about him then because there was a lot of seniors and a lot of stars on that team. But now this is his team. He's put his mark on this team, and it feels like it's his team to him.
And he put his mark on a lot of people, too.
Bundle with the pitch to Johns. Goes Bumble on the play.
Recovered
by
that's a fumble, ladies and gentlemen.
No, he's calling it down.
That's a fumble. They've had all kinds of trouble marking the ball, this group.
He didn't even see it. Again, we complain about the referee from the backside of the play making
calling
that
the call,
call.
right.
Not a good call.
I don't think he even had the ball on the pitch.
8 minutes and 8 seconds left in the game. 28-0, Red Tornadoes in the lead.
Wyalusing with a 2nd and 15 to go. Again, offensively, they have done nothing in the second half of this ball game. They did very little in the first half. They've done less in the second half.
Bundle going to try to throw on the. Great coverage by Veach. Off his fingers, but as covered as well as it could be.
Oh, that was an interception, really. He just couldn't get himself turned around all the way.
And then he slid into the mud.
The worst part about that whole play was he slid into the ookiest part of the whole field there.
Ookiest?
That's Ookie.
Ookie.
That's Ookie there, guys. Now, believe me, I know Ookie. You're talking to an expert on Ook. Yeah, that's Ook.
3rd down and 15 for the Rams.
Just a belting rainstorm, though. My goodness, you could have never guessed it was going to rain this hard.
Bundle. Gonna throw. No, he's not. Joe Chicatano on him and breaks that play up. Nice hit by Chicky.
I think Jamin was there, too. You know, Joe had the tackle on him, and there's no way he was getting his body around to throw that ball where he wanted to.
Now, you're absolutely, just by watching him, you're absolutely positive they're not going to beat you with passing. That's just not what they do. And again, a lot of high school football teams are that way. You get used to us who can pass and run with equal ability, but it's unusual that a team can do both things. Wyalusing runs the ball. That's what they do best. That's how they're 9-1, and that's what they said they would do when they came here. They would run their offense. You know, you can't take anything away from that. Now they can't pass, and plus you're trying to ask them to pass in an absolute torrential downpour.
Punt formation for the Rams. Kicks away.
Ooh, that's into the hook.
Taken by Costello on the. He tried to take it on the 49-yard line. And fumbled, and I think
they got it.
Wyalusing recovers on the 47.
I thought that was going to go out of bounds, and he got it right near the end there, and it dropped, and it went the other way. If he would have dropped it, if he would have been turning, he would have dropped it out of bounds.
I think he was a little surprised that the ball bounced up right towards him like that.
Take a look at this, folks. Now it's not only pouring rain, but the wind's blowing about 30 miles an hour. This is incredible.
I thought this storm blew through already.
I mean, this is incredible. The rain is hitting us right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's completely turned the game.
7 minutes left in the game yet. Bundle. 29. I think it was going to be a reverse, but he's hit by Costello, and that just fired Joe up a little more. It'll be a 2nd down and about 15.
Joe just got mad, that's all.
You were looking at a reverse there, but you were looking at Steve Sinkovich and Jeff Evans standing next to the second man getting the ball as he was coming across. There was no way the guy with the ball was going to hand it off to him. They are just defense is just totally dominating the second half.
Second down, 15, 6:19 left in the ball game. Bundle to pass, looks on a fly pattern. Malachowski out there with Montgomery. Good coverage that time by the Red Tornadoes, cornerback and free safety.
Well, all the good things I said about the field, it just disintegrated in the
very quickly.
The face of this monsoon.
It doesn't take much for that little slick to come right back to this field right now because it's been played on hard this year, and this still even takes place from last year when they plowed the snow off of it.
Yeah, and it just can't absorb it any longer. It's taking too much rain. You can see how slick it got instantly, and the water is laying now in spots across it. And worst of all, they're in the worst part of it, midfield. You know, that's where the worst of the traction is. Again, unless you're a fan, and of course in our case we don't care because we're up here, but if you're a fan down below us, you don't like the rain. On the other hand, Mount Carmel area's got to love a pouring rain right now with a 28-point lead. You know that Wyalusing is going to do anything in this. I mean, offensively, both of them have probably ground to a halt right now in this kind of rainstorm. So basically it's now a matter of, with 6 minutes and 1 second remaining in the game, putting this baby in the books and looking forward to whoever it is we're going to face next week.
Bundle, quick pass, good throw that time to Johns, but he goes out of bounds. No, he stays in bounds at the 49-yard line. Coverage by number 80, Chris Cuff, and 29, Malakowski.
And he simply slipped. He tried to cut at the sideline and just went right through and right into the sideline. So footing is now treacherous across the length of the field.
He's starting to substitute a little bit now. You see
59, Aaron Geary.
Aaron Geary going in.
I'll tell you what, you see how much colder it got, too. I mean, my goodness, this is unbelievable. This is all bordering on strange. It's had a drop 5, 6, 7 degrees already, just in the amount of time that it started raining.
Bordering on that Altoona championship game, isn't it? And now a timeout called by the Rams.
Well, I would have called a timeout in a downpour. I don't know about you. 5:18
it's
left.
4th and 9. I mean, obviously they need to go, and I'm assuming they're trying to figure out what they should do here. You can see it on your monitors now. On your TV, we're seeing them on our TVs. Look at that. That's an indication of how hard
That's
it's
a driving
raining.
storm right there.
And it's windy. I mean, it's blowing it across the field here. It's blowing from south to north, in fact, as it comes across the field, and it's doing it with some intensity.
5:18 left, punt formation. High snap, he gets it. Big rush, and they fake it and throw the pass. Incomplete. First down, Red Tornadoes from the 49-yard line.
That was a good play. Again, on a dry field, he may not have made it, but at least he made an effort at it. On a wet field, it was impossible. High snap to begin with. You got everybody out of time a little bit, and he can't. It's hard to hold the ball now. The refs are out there with the towel, and they're drying it, and he's keeping it covered now until the moment of. But the moment of the snap is where you get in trouble because you got to set it into the mud, and he's going to scrape it along the mud as he gives it to the quarterback. So you have that little bit of a shine on it, no matter what you're doing, and it just makes it really difficult to handle.
Number 1, Mike Wojtovich takes over at quarterback. Jason Wojtovich at center.
Ryan McGee in. Tailback.
This one goes to McGee. And no yards, gets back to the 49-yard line.
And he slides for 15 yards.
Sideways. Still
yeah, sideways. Some idea of what it's like out there now, though. Although the rain has semi-slowed down, I would think. It's still coming down at a pretty good clip, though.
Time winds down, 5 minutes left in the game. Was 5. Got down to 4:48 quick, didn't it?
It's the new lights. That we're going to have to talk about these light things another time.
Second down from the 49-yard line.
I'm confused.
Shellhammer split far left for the Red Tornadoes. Pitch back to 28. Was it 28 or 26?
28.
Okay, 28 Bailey around the right side. I get Bailey and sometimes Face are mixed up
There's
there.
the freshman out there now in a district playoff game. There's a kid, again, he's going to be with you for 3 more years. So
now we're making wholesale changes here. 55, 52.
55, Homiak comes in. 52, Charlie Adams. And 59, Geary.
Homiak, a kid to watch just by looking at his size. You know, there's a young kid. Look at the size of him. Try to picture him next year and the year after that. He's got a good frame on him there.
Third down, 7 yards to go. Wojtovich pitches back to McGee. Good tackle made that time by number 30, Jake Stoddard. And Stoddard's still in the ball game for the Wyalusing. And I guess maybe leave your seniors in when you know it's your last game.
Yeah. The only people that are unhappy about wholesale substitutions now are those kids whose mothers are saying to themselves, you know, I almost got through this game, and now look at their uniforms. 3 minutes, 22 seconds to go, and their uniforms have to be thrown away when they come home.
Punt formation for the Red Tornadoes. Puts Costello in punt formation with 3:13 left on the clock. Snaps back. Good snap in this wet weather. Costello with a booming punt. Bounces on about the 15-yard line and goes out of bounds on the 14-yard line.
Of course, the Rams are looking at the end of their season. It will end tonight for them. There's no further movement now when you're into the playoffs. It's one and done. You lose, you go home. They have a long, long ride back to Wyalusing. Again, it's good to see them here. I mean, they're a good team. It's good to see them make the districts, and that's an accomplishment itself when you see how many teams are in District 4 and in the AA brackets. So no shame at all on their side of the ball. They played a good, tough football game. Simply could not overcome our defense, I think, more than anything. We shut their offense down completely, and they were a little bit more one-dimensional than they should have been probably when you're facing a tough defense.
Pitch back to Johns. Drops it in a nice coverage there by the young Red Tornadoes. Who was in initially there? 45 McGee and 59 Geary. 54 Jeff Evans.
80.
81.
Chris Cuff.
Cuff was out there. You got a whole bunch of them out there.
2 minutes and 29 seconds left. The ball's on the 16-yard line.
And it completely stopped raining, folks.
Well, almost.
Just a little drizzle now. I mean, it's completely stopped from the downpour that blew through here.
Bundle, and Chris Cuff has Bundle all wrapped up. He bundled them.
Well, something else here that Jose told me when I was down there at halftime. Brett Veach now set the record for the number of consecutive games scoring a touchdown, held previously by Henry Hajnowski.
All right. Chris Hughes went into the ball game for Big Red, 79 out there now.
1:43 left in the ball game. Semifinal District 4 playoff game. Tries it to Jones this time off the left side. Gets only about 3 yards. Aaron Geary and Hughes in on the tackle.
And also, Vic Kernatsky moved in the 4th position for all-time passing.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did
All
in
right.
tonight's game.
Again, marks continue to fall, and certainly you'd expect that when you see what a prolific offense we have here.
Definitely.
It's just amazing sometimes that you think some of those marks that you think would live forever, and again, you do that with records of that magnitude, and they're being knocked off as we go through the season here.
Punt formation for Wyalusing. Kicks away, going to be taken by Shellhammer on the 42-yard line and stopped on about the 35. First down, Red Tornadoes with 38 seconds left in the ball game.
We didn't see Ziegler out there, did we? 40?
No, he was hurt on the sideline, right.
40's I forgot to mention him as the one player that would not be playing tonight was Ziegler. And they expect him only to be out for this game. I believe they hope he'll be back for next week. But he was the other guy that was not here tonight. Well, I mean, not playing tonight and not suited up to ready to go in. I didn't want to miss him because he figures so prominently in the kickoffs and all.
And special teams.
And the special teams
Yes,
play that I didn't want to miss him. And people would wonder where he is. They didn't hear his name. He wasn't just handled. He just wasn't on the field tonight. But we expect him back at full strength next week.
Timeout called here by the Red Tornadoes.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Ravito might be geared up. They were
No.
waiting.
No.
He's not. They were waiting for, I think, maybe this week. It might be this
they're
week.
They're going to hope for next week, I think, now at
Next
Ravito.
week. Okay.
His injury was a little bit more extensive than they originally had believed.
Right.
They first thought he was going to get out pretty easily, but they gave him 2 more weeks, and then I think they gave him another week. You know, they're trying to evaluate it, but again, he's not someone you don't want to rush him.
Right.
You know, he's young yet. I mean, you don't want to screw him up that he's going to have this thing lingering into next year either.
Well, the thing with
Big
Mike,
hit that time. That was the Varick trying to carry the ball and gains about 1 yard.
the break that he had was at the growth plate.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
And that you really have to watch. They did take the cast off 2 weeks ago, but it did not heal, and they had to put the cast back on.
Yeah, so he again, you wish the best for him, but you do not want to rush him back. He's got his whole career ahead of him. And I'll tell you what, we've seen the little glimpses we have of him. He's worth waiting for.
Yes, he is.
He's somebody we can wait for and will enjoy for over the years.
Tries Bailey off the right side, and that'll be the final play of the ball game. 3 seconds to 1. And that's it. The semifinals over. The Red Tornadoes win 28-0 over the Wyalusing Rams. I guess as they're walking on the sideline there, we can do a little bit of a wrap here. And what was expected probably happened out here. Probably not as dominant as they thought it was going to be, but definitely a win in any championship playoff game comes as a big win.
I think there's a couple ways to look at what occurred tonight. Wyalusing was the 4th seeded team. Now, that doesn't mean they weren't a good football team. They were 9-1. But their competition was a little suspect in that they were 9-1 and were still 4th seeded. Secondly, they're a one-dimensional football team. Everybody knew that. You watch the films, you know they're not going to throw the ball a lot. So they're a little bit easier probably to defense than a normal team would be. Now, let's say if you look next week and look at Montoursville, and especially if Central Columbia wins, and while we're doing this, we know that already, but say Central Columbia comes in here, that's a whole different team. They'll throw the ball anytime, anywhere in the field.
Yeah, that quarterback is a good quarterback. Yeah.
So I think you saw Big Red maybe not show everything that they have.
Right.
I think they held off. They got a 14-point lead in the first quarter and then kind of closed it up a little bit.
And as you get to these playoffs, you have to do that.
Yeah.
And you have to give the coaching staff credit. They have to look ahead. They can't just look at this game.
Right.
When you get the lead, they have to look ahead. So you do some things that you don't want other teams to see right now. You know every team that you possibly can play is going to be watching this game.
Yeah, so it's hard to judge it. I think we played a solid football game. They were a good defensive team. We knew that, and they were. There's nothing to take away from those guys. They play good defense. But, again, I think in the end, especially in the second half now, the rain comes. I don't think you saw everything we got. I don't think you needed to. So I think if you judge it that way, it was a good, solid football game. Again, nobody got hurt. We didn't see anybody come out of the games where they wouldn't be able to play or anything like that. So those are the things that are the most important, critical parts. 2 players get hurt in a playoff game, and that pretty much runs the whole run for the state championship. And that's what this is. Everything you do now is geared to that Saturday in the first weekend in December in Altoona. So I can't see any bad things that happen there, except maybe sloppy play as far as penalties. That's the only thing I would say probably we're going to be talking about during the week. Is that.
One great thing did come out of here is that next week, the first ever District 4 championship game will be held here at the Silver Bowl. The first ever one at the Silver Bowl.
And we'll be televising it.
Yes, we will. We'll be back.
And we'd like to send our congratulations down to Shamokin, winning their game tonight against Athens.
Is that a final?
The way it looked, at halftime, everybody here would like to congratulate Shamokin on becoming the AAA team District 4 champions.
Yep, and a lot of local teams playing, and again, we talked about that. Coal Region football is well represented throughout these state playoffs, and we hope everybody advances all the way down unless they get in our way. And
that's right.
Obviously, we can't hope that they advance.
And we'll have a lot more to tell you next week. I'm Bob Else.
I'm Warren Altamore.
Wayne Brokenshire.
Good night.